Alrighty, yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94, back with another reaction video. Today, we're going to react to NBA 2K10 is better than you remember. This is by Soft Drink TV. We're going to get right into it while I fix my green screen. What the fuck going on my green screen?
This is a crucial possession for him. Defense has been causing a lot of rush shots. Working it around, going inside, and reached it. Oh, what a great swat. Bring that weak stuff in here.
NBA Live 10 was a great game. Mike Wing had left NBA 2K the year before to help EA make Live 10 and close the gap between the two games. Or at least that's what we've been told. For all we know, Mike Wing infiltrated EA and ruined NBA Live by planting the seeds for NBA Elite 11, but that's just a theory. Regardless, Live 10 was in fact a great game and a huge step up from NBA Live 09.
Facts.
I even called NBA Live 10 the last great NBA Live.
It was.
And yet, NBA 2K10 was still a better game. And if not for it being overshadowed by the following installment, NBA 2K11, it could easily have been considered one of the greatest 2K games ever made.
No.
Live 10 fittingly featured Dwight Howard on the cover, who was a nearly unstoppable beast.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. 2K10 was just a better version of 2K9, and it had my player. It introduced my career. 2K10 introduced my career. It was just a better version of 2K9, really, if we being honest.
In his prime for the Magic.
2K9
but
was
2K10
bad,
had
in my
Kobe Bryant,
opinion. I hate
the man
2K9.
who beat Dwight Howard in the finals in the 08-09 NBA season, and then repeated again against Boston a few months before these two games released. No matter how good NBA Live was at the time, like Dwight Howard, there was still no stopping Kobe and the Lakers, aka 2K. This was the first 2K to have my career. It still had iconic legacy features like situation mode and the VIP system. The graphics and presentation were ahead of their time. The soundtrack was full of bangers. And even today in 2024, this game still holds up, especially when emulated in 4K through RPCS3. This game did not flinch despite EA putting up their best shot, and it's one of the most underrated 2Ks ever, in my opinion. Let's take a deeper look at the 10th anniversary of NBA 2K, a game that is likely better than you remember. NBA 2K10 was a really deep 2K, and as I previously mentioned, the first 2K with my career, called My Player at the time. This mode was very different from the My Career we see today, but also kind of similar. It starts with the 2K insider reciting quotes from NBA legends and giving you advice, and then you get to create your player. For this video, I made a guy named Francis Leach, aka the Mayor of Yugoslavia. He's 29 years young. He also weighs 350 pounds. The player customization is nearly on par with 2K24, and of course blew every other sports game out of the water back in 09. You can even give your player tattoos for free. That's right, no VC here, just a good time. Licensed shoes were also free. You can tell this mode was created to simply be fun, not to suck more money out of you.
Facts.
There's a lack of a story for the most part, but some might prefer this more grounded approach. You start out as a low overall for a random team and play in the Summer League with hopes of getting an NBA training camp invite. It seemed like no matter how badly I played in the
unless you had the anniversary edition, which included let's see, damn dog, this shit still bad. But unless you had the anniversary edition, which came with the draft combine that had Derrick Rose on the cover. So if you had the draft combine with Derrick Rose on the cover, I think they were separate discs. The draft combine was a separate disc from 2K. So I think the draft combine will let you play. I think you had to install it off the disc onto your PlayStation or your Xbox, and then after that you could just put the regular 2K in, and then you could play the combine. So yeah, I do remember that.
In the Summer League, I kept
didn't
getting
have
subbed
it. I just got the regular
so fine.
2K.
If the team wants to watch me play zero defense and chuck up jump shots, then I will. This resulted in me losing skill points and getting roasted by the 2K insider.
That wasn't the worst game of basketball I've seen, but it was very close. I was really, really disappointed in your shot selection out there. You can't expect to play like that every night and still have an NBA career, man. I was equally unimpressed with the number of turnovers you committed. In the heat of the moment, it's easy to get rattled. Composure is the unsung trait that separates legends from stars. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is your game. Just don't make the same mistakes again.
After 6 Summer League games, based on your play, you'll either join an NBA team or a team's D-League affiliate, now called G-League. You had to earn your way to the top, and it wasn't
jumped out the
scripted,
gym for that
but it
tip,
was
didn't he?
fair, balanced, and you couldn't cheat by spending VC. Of course, there was no park or online aspect, and it wasn't nearly as deep as what we have today, but it was a great time, and the best career mode out of any sports game at the time of 2K10's release. My career is the most popular mode in modern 2K, and 2K10 was when it was born. The Association mode was 2K's franchise or dynasty mode, and it was very in-depth. You could even play D-League games in it. You'd give players roles such as sixth man, and tell them they need to earn their way into the starting lineup. It's basically a Jack Vaughn simulator where you can stubbornly keep a talented player like Cam Thomas on the bench for as long as you feel like it. There was a news tab showing you what was going down around the league for every team, and you could respond to messages on a nostalgic sidekick phone, assign scouts, assistant coaches, and more. I was surprised to see you could even download custom draft classes from 2K Share, all the way back in 2009. It had every feature you would expect from a franchise mode in the late 2000s, but with even more. No one could top 2K when it came to Association mode back then. Blacktop mode was a lot better back in the day. While today you get a simple, hard-to-follow pickup game, now with a drone flying around, back in 2K10 you could choose between a dunk contest, a pickup game, a 3-point shootout, a game of 21, and even Dunk School. You could also use celebrities in this game. Ever wanted to play 21 with Kanye West going against LeBron and Kobe? Well, in 2K10 you can.
Oh, that's
Remember when
crazy.
video games were less serious and more fun?
Oh, I know what we doing when we get to 2K10. When we get to 2K10, I think you know where we going. It's raps, my nigga. It's raps. Y'all should already know where we going from here. 2K10, book it.
Speaking of which, Situation mode was in NBA 2K10. You could set the quarter, time remaining, score, timeouts, fouls, everything, and create a custom scenario to jump into, such as this buzzer beater opportunity with Kobe Bryant and the Lakers against the Dwight Howard Magic. I miss Situation mode in sports games. It was epic. Before moving on to gameplay, I have to mention something else that caught my eye: the 2K VIP system. If you've seen my ESPN NFL 2K5 video, you know how cool that VIP system was back then, but I was unaware that it was also in future 2K titles such as NBA 2K10. This tracked all of your gameplay tendencies and stats, and you could assign it to a CPU team, and that team would then play exactly like you would, creating a unique challenge. There's nothing like this anymore in 2024. Gameplay was still the best part of this game, as 2K was always the king of realistic gameplay. 2K10 was fast-paced and really fun, and even today it holds up. There was a new stamina bar, which made gameplay more balanced, as you couldn't just hold turbo every possession. Sometimes you need to let your players rest. Shots also had a more random feel to them, which I miss. In 2K24, you have to green to make a shot, which creates a skill gap for online play, which I understand. But 2K10 was more of an offline sim-focused game, so sometimes shots with a poor release would fall, and sometimes shots with a nearly perfect release would just barely roll off the rim. The way the ball bounced on the hoop felt more like physics rather than canned animations, giving the game a more organic and natural feel. Calling plays was easy and effective by using the D-pad, and there really isn't anything negative to say about this game on the court. It can be a little easy to score in the paint, but sliders can help with that. Overall, the gameplay was incredible for its time, and pretty far ahead of the AI in NBA Live 10, despite that being one of EA's best lives. For 2009, there was nothing better than 2K10, and it set up 2K11 to become the greatest basketball game of all time. Games felt like real broadcasts back then, and in some ways, presentation was even better then than it is today, specifically with crowd noise. In 2K24, the crowd is a bit lifeless in crucial moments, as Ballsack Sports pointed out on Twitter. But in older titles like 2K10, the crowd is alive and wild, chanting, shaking the arena, quiet for home free throws, and absolutely nuts after a huge shot.
But the crowd reaction in NBA Live is unmatched. Well, the older NBA Lives, I say. The older NBA Lives, I wouldn't say all the way up to like, I want to say from like 08 to like Live 15, the crowd reactions were crazy, bro. I remember in Live 10, when you was in the playoffs, it felt like you was in the playoffs, bro. That shit was wild, bro. The crowd reaction was crazy, bro. Way better than 2K's back then and now.
I'm not sure how this regressed over the years, but it really helps make big moments feel more important. The commentary is the usual 2K crew, and it still holds up today. The graphics and arenas look great for their time. And for a game from 2009, you really couldn't do any better besides using real network licensing. There were even special broadcast packages for holidays, such as this one here for Valentine's Day.
The game that always has heart, especially on Valentine's Day. This is Kevin Harlan.
The soundtrack was iconic. From old Kanye to Rat-a-tat to MGMT, it had variety, and it's really nostalgic coming back to it today. This was a fantastic soundtrack. NBA 2K10 was the 10th anniversary of NBA 2K, and visual concepts knocked this game out of the park. From the excellent new My Player mode, to the simulation gameplay, to the very deep association mode, to the more varied blacktop, this would be considered an all-time classic today, if not for 2K11 releasing right after. 2K was in their bag with this game, and if you want to experience the NBA exactly how it was in 2009, there is no better way to do so. Even today, this game feels pretty modern and it's a lot of fun. Before VC and microtransactions were the focus, and the only thing that mattered was earning your initial purchase by releasing a great product. Take yourself back to 2009 with NBA 2K10, a game that is likely a whole lot better than you might remember. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, man. I remember playing this game. I got this game. I didn't get this game when it first came out, but I got it the year it was the most relevant 2K. So when it was in its relevancy. So yeah, I do remember this. This was a really good basketball game for its time. Obviously the next installment, which would have been 2K11, blew this game out the water, and we never looked back at 2K10, and for good reason. It's forgettable when you think about what came after it. You know what I'm saying? But it's still a good 2K. It introduced my career. I'd probably say it was basically 2K9, but way better polished than 2K9. 2K9 was fucking terrible in my personal opinion. 2K9 was fucking terrible. I hate 2K9 with a passion. That's one of my many hated 2Ks. I have a long list of 2Ks that I hate, and 2K9 is one of them. But 2K10 definitely made me 2K10 made me appreciate 2K a little bit more, even though I felt like personally, I felt like NBA Live 10 was more better. That's just my personal opinion. I just feel like it was a better game to play. It was more fun. It was just more fun to play. Like NBA Live 10 was just fun to play. It was just fun to play an NBA Live that was actually good due to all the shit that they were giving us. They were giving us shit for so many years, and then we finally got a good one. A good one finally came through, and Live 10 was just so good. I couldn't I couldn't deny it, bro. Like, I appreciated the fact that they made a good NBA Live for once. And I played it, and it felt so good to play a good NBA Live that I played it more than I played 2K10. But then 2K11 came out, and EA said, yeah, we can't compete with that. So I said, well, sit y'all ass on the sidelines, and I enjoy this 2K11, 2K12, 2K13. And 2K14 as well. So yeah, that's just gonna about do it for this one, man. I will see you on the next video. Tell me what y'all think down in the comment section below. I'll get back to you. Till then, peace out.